Om Shanti. Today Baba is giving us the Swaman of a holy swan. Now you see the swan has the quality to differentiate between pearls and stones or milk and water and separate it and then only accept what it wants to accept. So Baba says that we are holy swans and we children have the power of purity. We are being made holy by Baba. And this power of purity refines our intellects in such a way that we have the ability to only look at specialities of whoever we are with and not their weaknesses. So only we children have this ability, but we need to be constantly aware of this ability and use it. And Baba says that whenever you see somebody's weakness, then don't consider it their weakness, but your weakness. So whenever you see somebody's defect, especially in the Brahmin family, so think that this is my defect. And this is a very interesting thing that Baba tells. And Baba gives two reasons for it. One is a very obvious reason. Baba says that, you see, when we see somebody's defect, then they have that defect is a fact. But I have the tendency to see defects, that is also a fact. And this sanskar of seeing defects is going to become an obstacle in my path of becoming perfect. So if I'm seeing somebody's defect, this in itself is a very big defect. So when Baba says that when you see somebody's defect, consider it your own defect, then first thing we have to understand is, instead of thinking that this person has a defect, just acknowledge at that time that I have the sanskar of seeing defects. And if I have the sanskar of seeing defects, then can I become Satyugi? No, because in Satyug, you will not have the drishti to see defects. And Baba says that this is something that one must be aware of. And you see that this sanskar of seeing defects is so deep that unless and until you consciously work on it, it's not going to get removed. And you see, we have heard in the world also then that when you point a finger at somebody, then 4 fingers are pointing at you. Or at least 3 are very clearly pointing at you. So Baba says that just know this, that instead of knowing that this person has a defect, you become more aware that I have the sanskar of seeing defects. And you see, which do we have more power over? Do I have the power to finish somebody's defects? Even if I have that power, the method is not seeing their defects. Yes, so seeing their defects is not going to finish their defects. But if I see my defects, then I have the ability to finish it. If I acknowledge that why am I seeing somebody's defect and I want to change this, then I'm the master of my own, mind, intellect. I'm the one making decisions, so I can make the decision to not see that. And second thing Baba says is, we are all children of one Baba. We belong to one family. And there is a very good saying that a wall is only as strong as its weakest brick. Yes, so we are Baba's children, and together we are creating the world of heaven. And if somebody has a defect, then that defect is not in that one person, but in our Sangathan. Yes, so we are all together. And that defect is going to be an obstacle in making our Sangathan or our gathering powerful. So it is not a good idea to point out somebody's defect, because you see, the law says wherever attention goes, energy flows and that thing grows. So if I pay my attention to somebody's defects, then basically what I'm doing is I am increasing them. And if I am giving my energy to somebody's defects, and then second thing, you start doing is you start describing those defects to others also. That this one is like this and like that. And when you do all of this, then what happens is you are finishing the power of your own gathering. You are making your own gathering, your own Sangathan weak. And Baba says we are the beads of the same rosary. And just think about a rosary, and if one bead is also not equal to the others, then the rosary wouldn't be beautiful. So that is why Baba says that if we want to go to Satyug, we have to become pure and make pure. Because until and unless the whole, the whole Rajdhani, the whole kingdom is ready, we cannot go there. And just think about, a play that is about to begin, and there are 70 actors in the play, and there is one actor that's not ready. Then the starting of the play will get delayed because of that one. So then all the 69 have to come together and get that one ready. And I remember this happened when I was in school. And one of our, friends, she was not ready. And then we all had to get together and get her ready for the play to start. And this is what Baba is saying, that until and unless the whole rosary is ready, at least the ones who are required are ready, then how do we go there? So it is not in our best interest that I see somebody's defect and make it grow, but it is in my interest to make the effort or contribute my contribution to finishing that defect. And how do I help somebody finish the defect, or how do I help somebody get over their weakness? Very simple. The same law of energy. Baba says, pay attention to their specialities. Because Baba says that there is no Brahmin who doesn't have any speciality. Every Brahmin has some or the other speciality. And just pay attention to that speciality. And just like when you switch on the light, then the darkness finishes. Then when you start seeing specialities, the specialities will grow. And then the weaknesses will go away. The defects will finish. And if I do the opposite, then the weaknesses, they start to multiply. So have you seen that if you are a weak person in a weaker environment, then you grow weaker and weaker. So if I can provide the environment that is giving strength and support, then okay, today that person has 10 defects, but tomorrow that person will have 9, not 11. So it is up to me to, help that person overcome their defects by looking at the specialities. And Baba says that this is the meaning of a holy swan. A holy swan, I am a holy swan, and I have the ability to focus on what I want to focus. And this is a very big ability. Yes, I have to pay attention because there are sanskars, but there is nobody in the world who is able to focus on what they want to focus. I have that ability. And if I make a decision, a determined decision, to look at specialities and empower specialities, then my Sangathan, my gathering, because we are part of the same gathering, we are beads of the same rosary, so the rosary will become ready. And then Baba also says that, just like when you have a weakness, what do? You announce to the world that I have a weakness? No. So, similarly, don't announce to anybody that this person has a weakness. Don't try to describe the defects of others to other people. Because what happens is, then that defect gets spread in the atmosphere. And then you see, although we are all, we are called Brahmins, and we are supposed to be wise, but then very few Brahmins really use their power of discernment. And then you don't understand. You see, when somebody is describing somebody's defect, what it means is this person has the tendency to see defects. It doesn't mean that the other person has defects. Everybody has defects. But very few Brahmins come to this conclusion. What they do is, just like ordinary people in the world whose intellects are not functioning, they also fall into the trap of rumors. And when somebody says this person has a defect, then they also start having negative thoughts and feelings for that one. And nobody ever stops and thinks, who doesn't have defects? But why is this person describing it? What is the special reason? Yes, so the special reason is some kind of, negative feelings that this person has for the other one. Or there is this tendency to see defects. That's why this person is doing it. Otherwise, everybody has defects and everybody is trying to get rid of them. So Baba says that just like you don't announce to the world your own defects, don't do it for others also. And just like if you, as a Brahmin, if you are sensible, you're wise, and then you come to acknowledge that I have this weakness, then what do? You start working on it. You try to finish it. Similarly, when you see somebody has a weakness, then instead of putting your time and energy into spreading it, just try working on it. By looking at the specialities of that soul, giving them encouragement to improve their specialities. And you see, if somebody does that to you also, somebody is trying to describe the defects of somebody, don't take interest in it. I've seen Brahmins also taking a lot of interest in these things. So don't take interest in it. Understand that this person is doing so because they have the tendency to see defects. And then give your good wishes to this one also, so that they can rise above that tendency. And we do something more than that also. Sometimes you start using somebody's defects against them also. not just seeing it, describing it, but also, using it against them. And that is very evil intent. Yes, so you start defaming them, and you think that defaming somebody will be to your advantage, and you start using it. So these are not things that Brahmins do. Yes, but of course Brahmins are doing it. That's why Baba is giving a cautionary note. So Baba is, so you see, we should stay true to our purpose. Our purpose is to go to the world of perfection. And Baba is telling us the method to do that. And it is in our best interest to pay attention to what Baba is pointing out and make the correction. This is the first thing. Second thing Baba today says is, those who make intense effort, they become victorious. Yes, so Baba says, an intense effort maker who saves time is always victorious. What is intense effort? Anybody would like to share what is intense effort? Please unmute and say.
Om Shanti Devi.
Om Shanti.
I think intense effort means whenever something negative is coming to our mind in thoughts, word, or actions, suddenly we are quickly we are able to change it into positivity. That is intense effort.
Yes.
In my opinion.
Yes. So is it the effort to change?
Yes.
So, okay.
Change the negative into positive.
Thank you. Okay. Om Shanti. Anybody else would like to share?
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Just as a medical student, just as a military man, they are very focused on their path, and nothing stops them from doing that. And they are very consistent in their efforts. That's why I understood you.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Om Shanti. Yes, anybody else? Hanji. Shipraman, your mic is not on.
Intense effort is consistent, and regular.
Okay. Yes. Consistency, regularity. Yes. Thank you.
Towards a positive change.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Hanji Shweta Ben. Hanji.
Intense effort, I feel consistently paying attention on the changes that we want to bring in our Mansa Vacha Karmana, according to Baba Shri.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so this is, all answers are correct, but we will understand it a little more. So, intense effort is when you make effort on your stage, not on your action. So you see, the thoughts I create, the words I speak, the karma I do is act. Even thought is an act. But where does it stem from? It stems from my stage. And what is my stage? What we call avastha in Hindi. Is my stage soul conscious? Is my stage powerful? Is my stage full of virtues? And how do I create that stage? By paying attention to soul consciousness and remembering Baba. So intense effort is making the effort to be soul conscious and making the effort to remember Baba. Making the effort to keep my knowledge, virtues and powers in an immersed state. Yes, intense effort is what Baba asks us to make every day. Today also Baba is underlining again and again, be a Swadarshan Chakradhari. Yes, keep rotating the discus of the journey of your 84 births. Keep remembering who you were and what are the stages you passed, what are the acts you have done, what is your Swaman. So working on your Swaman, reflecting on the knowledge that Baba gives you, it's creating that stage of soul consciousness, detaching from body consciousness. Time and again reminding yourself that you're just an actor here. You are playing your part here, but you don't belong here. You are a being of peace and purity, and stabilizing yourself in that detached and pure state and making the effort to remember Baba. That is intense effort. And when you have made your effort to create a powerful stage, then whatever decisions you make about, I want to think like this or speak like this or I want to act like this, you will be able to do that because you are in a powerful state. Otherwise, what happens is you keep deciding and then failing and then redeciding. So, one time you decide, I'm going to give good wishes to the soul. And then for 5 minutes you give good wishes. And then they do something very drastic. And then all your good wishes merge. And then again you sit, again you make effort to give good wishes. But just think about how many good wishes did you actually give in the day? Because very consciously, maybe 5 minutes, 5 minutes, 5 minutes, 20 minutes you gave good wishes. What about the other time? What is your tendency? Your tendency is not giving good wishes. Your tendency is to go into right and wrong. Your tendency is to give tit for tat. Yes, your tendency is to think that those who are doing right are evil people. So, if you're not working on that, if you're not working on your stage, your drishti, and this is constant effort. You cannot make a constant effort on your thought, word, and act. But you can make constant effort on your awareness, on your drishti, yes, on your attitude. Keep checking it. And keep making effort to be very conscious about what you are seeing, what is your awareness right now. Am I in the awareness that I'm a soul and Baba is nourishing me, sustaining me right at this moment? Or am I in the awareness of something else? So this effort which you make on your stage is intense effort. And whether it is practicing the Farishta state, constantly looking at yourself as an angel in a body of light, yes, or constantly seeing yourself as the one who is sitting on the brikuti and being a detached observer and observing the play. So whether it is the practice of being Sakshi Drashta, a detached observer, or creating the angelic stage, or creating soul conscious stage, always holding in your awareness. You see, there is an image of myself in my awareness. What is that image? Just keep asking yourself. In your awareness, who are you? Are you a point of light, or are you this body and the role you're playing and this and that? And 23 hours or more of the day, you are in the awareness of the body. And then you want from that body consciousness that, feelings of good wishes and good feelings will emerge, and, actions of being a donor or a world benefactor will emerge. They won't emerge like that. If your state is limited, your actions will be limited. So constantly working on, your ashariri state, your being of light state, or your state of remembrance of Baba, or your angelic state, or you are a detached observer watching, sitting on your seat of the soul, just like you sit on your seat in a theater and watch a drama. Always position yourself. You're sitting on the seat of the Brikuti, very relaxed, in peace, in Baba's company, enjoying the popcorn of Gyan and looking at the scene of the drama. So if you practice this, this is intense effort. And I remember, there was this one person, and they told me, so they thought that I know somebody who can help him have a seat in some company. Okay. So he approached me for that. And he said, please help my daughter get connected with the person who can give her a job in that company. So I said, I don't think I know somebody like that. And even if I did, I wouldn't like to do that. But you have come to Baba's home, and I will give you one suggestion. Why are you coming and asking me? Why don't you just sit in Baba's remembrance? And, Baba is the one who fulfills everybody's desires. So just sit in Baba's remembrance every day, half an hour. So he said, no, that's very difficult. I don't have time. So I said, you can, you're struggling so much 24 hours a day to get her a job, but you won't sit in remembrance for half an hour. And if you can't do that much, so that is intense effort. Sometimes people think that doing a lot, making a lot of effort outside is intense effort. Some obstacle comes, you are trying tooth and nail, that is intense effort. No, that's not intense effort. Because the intense effort is watering the seed. If you water the whole plant, that plant is not going to survive. If you water the seed a little, it's going to survive. That's intense effort. So working on your stage is intense effort. And Baba says those who make this intense effort, they save time, because if you don't make this effort on your stage, then whatever you are doing on the outside requires a lot of effort. All the time you have to be on your toes, you have to keep checking, keep changing. How much will you do that? It's not possible. And every time you fail, you're getting disheartened, and then you have to pick yourself up and again make that effort, again motivate yourself, listen to one class, get that whole motivation. How much effort will you make like that? That's not possible. So Baba says, don't make that kind of effort, that is time waste. And those who make intense effort and save time, they are the ones who will become victorious. Because time is very important. And you see, I remember there was this one brother, and he passed a very big exam. So these days, you have those exams where you're just ticking the boxes and multiple choice questions, 260 minutes or something. And then he passed that exam and he had ranked 2 or 3 something. And then I asked him, so you were very well prepared with the answers. So he told me, just like everybody. So I said, just like everybody, so everybody knows the answers. So he said, of course, everybody who is appearing for the exam knows answers. So I said, then why did you win? So he said, because I was faster. So he said, these days, Didi, it is not about whether you know the answers. Everybody knows the answers. It is about how fast you are at it. Because it's a time game now. And anybody who does it fast, finishes on time, that is the person who wins. So I have spent last 3 years practicing very hard and getting the timing right. And then I told him, you know what, maybe you are not aware, but you've given me a very nice, piece of knowledge today. So I told him that, Sometimes we are making effort, but we are not very, thinking too much about how fast we are, or, and how will you be fast, even in changing thoughts or doing what you want to or speaking what you want to. How will you be accurate and fast at it? If you work on your stage, that's the formula. So this is intense effort. And then today, Baba tells something very interesting that caught my attention. Baba says, you listen to Ravan for 63 births. Now just listen to me. And it is very interesting. You see, Baba says, you listen to Ravan also, na? For 63 births you listen to Ravan. And you have been doing all of that for so long. And it has only costed you. And still you're continuing doing it. So why not just listen to me for some time? And try this. And one birth, just give me one birth. And I will give you all that you want. And I was just thinking, earlier when I came into Gyan, I used to think that I need a lot of sleep. And I slept a lot. So, at 10 o'clock I would get up and all of that I did. And then, after coming to Gyan also, I kept telling Baba, I can't wake up, I can't get up. And then, one day I just thought, Baba gave me that thought. It occurred to me. I had never thought about it. It just occurred to me, like somebody told me that, you slept for so many hours every day and still your sleep is not over yet. So it's not like, you slept so much and now you're not sleepy. So what will happen if you get up early in the morning? You will be sleepy, which you are anyway sleepy, na? So what is the big deal? So get up early in the morning and be sleepy rather than getting up late and being sleepy. So then I thought, okay, let me try this. Anyways, I have to be sleepy. So let me get up early in the morning and be sleepy. So then I just started doing that. And it is Baba's help. And from that day, I never slept late. That was one day. And until today, it has been like that. So Baba tells us that, you have done everything on Ravan Mat for so long. Now just try doing what I'm saying. Yes, and when you try doing that, then just see the difference. And now I know that getting up early in the morning has made me overcome sleep. So now I'm not sleepy. But I had to experiment with this to come to this. So Baba says, just experiment with what I'm saying. You have been lustful for so long. Try giving up lust for some time. What will happen? Take a 3-month challenge and look at what happens. Yes, you've eaten impure food for so long. Just take up pure food for some time. Take a challenge and see. And anyways, what is there to lose? There's nothing to lose. So why not try doing things on Srimad? Okay? Om Shanti. Anybody wants to share anything, please do.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Because Baba also spoke about grahasthis. They should be practicing detachment by having more and more remembrance of Baba and in awareness of soul consciousness. And mamatva nahi rakhna chahiye instead. And it can't be removed in this way. But by applying that formula, we can be free from attachments.
And for detachment, the practice is vairagya. So always keep reminding yourself that whatever you are seeing with these two eyes is going to perish. And you see in the Gita also, when the Gita is written, then the primary thing that's written is, Hey Arjun, sab mare pade. So, God tells, the first message that God gives everybody is, whatever you are seeing with these two eyes is going to perish. And when you start reminding yourself always of this, then your intellect starts moving to that which is permanent and that which you have to pay attention to. And that is when you start focusing on what requires your attention. So you don't have to hate somebody that's there or something that's there. It's there and it's beautiful until it's there. But because it is perishable, so I don't have to be in what we call in Hindi uske chakkar mein. So I don't have to be entangled with it, because it is going to change at any moment. So this is what is the seed for the formula for detachment. Detachment comes when there is vairagya, and vairagya comes when there is the understanding that whatever you see with these two eyes is going to perish. Okay.